Hello and welcome. Right then, we're going to get stuck in straight away. Let's get cracking.
Hello and welcome. What did we do in this session? We did quite a lot, actually. We did an awful lot. And there's a lot of things that went wrong. I've been tweaking mods. This has got a weird collision on the back. I've left it on this because if I let go, I have to do battle with it. I did lower this, and yet, it really, you can tell I have as well, because the wheel is nearly touching the underside. That's as low as I can make that back wheel. I think what I might need to do is get the drawbar inside. I can't show you. I can't get under low enough. I suppose I could roll it over, but then I'm going to fix it anyway. So yeah, you can see there's like a weird force field that I'm actually on. That is true. That's exactly what's happening. Yeah, you can sort of get off it. If I roll this over, sort of show you the gummings. It really is hot physics. It really has got things. It has got something in it. Push that. Might do that. It should sort of. It has got cross supports, and they're now hidden inside there. So that is as good as you can get without those wheels touching, and that is really quite. So then another thing I can do, which I thought I'd already done. You can see that drawbar is into the metal a little. I think I need to do it a little bit more, or slightly change the angle on that bar so it's slightly lifted up at a slight angle for it to work. Maybe that will do. Again, some of this is a process of elimination. It's just like trying to do things. We improved the collision last time we used the flatbed. Ooh, even I bash into it. Yeah. But now you can't see it. The wheel is above the ground, but it too was causing us issues. It was almost better in the ground, but it isn't really. But it was hitting things because it really is a collision. As you can see, when you walk into that, it really is like as if you're walking into a force field, which is exactly how they work. We've been very busy business-wise. We have switched on and done. We did some fertilizer because it's no good ignoring the fact that the self-sufficiency does. Although I haven't done it a lot, it does make it, mainly for our own, but we overdid it because you can't really tame the beast. I need to turn the fertilizer down, but then some people are going to use this as a business, so you've got to do what is right for everybody. It's not just about me using this, it is in the mod hub for testing. So again, I've tweaked this, and I am going to probably tweak the original in the mod hub if it gets passed, which is nothing wrong with it, but does this fit into Giants, or will they think, oh my life? I mean, it's not much more busy than the Omatana Farm Supply Production, so I can't really see it. I just need to add pig food, I think, and then I'll be happy. So we did the mineral feed. We still got we got 145,000 litres of mineral feed and rising. With solid fertiliser we switched off. It's 111,000 litres. We have switched on now making seeds, because although I've said seeds are bad, it does double. So yeah, you from the slurry, the corn and the water, you do get 2,000 litres. So although it's pouring away, it's not in another because it's a doubling up. So it's still not a bad little earner. So that, and we will also keep some for our own use too, but the excess we will actually sell. We filled the water. We got we did a full load of stones, but it doesn't need much stones to do the things that it is doing. So we've got quite a bit of manure. The digestate is nearly all gone. The corn is down to 59 tons, so that should make an awful lot of seeds. There's a lot of water in there, and we've got another 50 tons of slurry to grab quickly out of that next session, which we can't do because I have. For some reason, although I've tried to make the liquid tanker better with it being lower, it's not actually done anything. It's just as bad this time as it was before. So it's not quite reaching the triggers. So what I thought was I'll stick the buffalo milk in here, because it's not the bionic dairy. I cannot find the point where we'll put that into the bionic dairy, because I've leveled it so well that now I can't. Yeah, this is not quite right. So therefore I can't find the trigger. and because of that, I can't put it in. So that's got buffalo milk in it, and we need to stick that in here. But I haven't got buffalo milk is in the storage, so I need to do that, and I'll do all of the milks. It has got liquid tanks inside that as well, so you can do all of the types of liquids. It's just that I've forgotten to add buffalo milk and normal milk as well. So we will do that because this is likely to crop up on other people's farms. So we'll add that after the session. And the salt, that was the other really interesting thing that I found. We looked at the salt marsh. We have a full ton. Let me show you. Let's go to the back. We haven't put our sale point down yet, but we will do next session. Then we're going to do a monster session of like selling goods. We have fine salt, which that's worth £2,000 per pop. So we've got 4 of those, and we have one like fleur de sel, flour of salt, and this is worth 20 odd grand. So really, and you can expect that twice a year from this. So it really is a very, very good business to go into. If you've got more than one of these, then you are like going to be minted basically. But even these are really good, and they're doing about 1 a month, so it's 2,000 income per month just naturally, which is fantastic. So we'll be selling that. We've done the fertilizer, done the mineral feeds. We have also put another person's flat plate down. It didn't work the same as mine, and that's a genuine mod. So we put this one down, the manure heap extension, and this does work. And we have just filled the 30,000 litres in here, so that we've just taken out. So that is working. I had that working on another map, which is why I thought, well, let's try that one. If manure is broke, so it's both mine, which is a Giants, and the modder that made the plate with 100,000 litres, they're both broken. Neither are working. So, yeah. And again, I have double checked my Giants one. It should be working, so that's not right. But that one, whoever that modder is, they've done it right. So I'm going to do something very similar. I do like the L shape, but I'm going to do mine completely different. Square, just square. Probably grease box or concrete walls like we usually are. And I'm going to make one myself because it's not that tricky. Yeah, but I need to see how that modder has done it correctly, because Giants haven't done it correctly, because mine is broken too, although it is shrunk. Although it is, I have based it very, very heavily on the original, so it should work. We were looking at this, but that's in the actual session. I've broken this. Another thing I need to fix later on, we're doing the colours. I will get that back to normal for next session, so that its lid is no longer broken. We got the bales off the other field. We also, it's been a busy session. We bought field 34, but you can see actually there's like weird lines in it. Well, that's because we've split it. Yeah, I've like done one of the, there's not many things at the minute that actually draw properly. So this is Forest Lees. I quite like these. I've used these on quite a few Let's Plays, but it's painting properly. So we have split the fields into 3, and we split that into 2, and we ploughed, but this farmer had already ploughed for us, so the withered crop that was in there is now ploughed out, and we ploughed our field, and we also fertilised that one. So this has got stones, but it's just one of those things I'm going to have to put up with unless we get a stone picker. So yeah, we're ready to rock and roll, really. We just wanted to go through, but next session is all going to be sell, and we are going to we can sort of do a sneak preview on really how much we're going to earn from this little now obviously the other thing is it won't show you how. Now these are all green, so we've got all of our buffalo milk to do, and the butter, which is brilliant. We have the flour, the salt, which is going to sell for 24,000. No, it's going to sell for 21,000. That is just over £2,000 a pop, and we're also going to sell the mineral feed, which is worth a lot of cash, although not until, I suppose we could do that now. Let's do our sell point on the side of the road, and this is the side of the road, strangely enough, so we could sort of stick it here. I know we know we really wouldn't. Nobody's going to come this way, really. We know this. But, no, it's actually this one. I always get this wrong. Selling points. I've taken the light out. Oh. No, that's a generic one. The one has no longer got... huh? It would... Yeah, that's not too terrible. We bought this field. How can the land not be owned by us? Right, okay, that's a bit strange. This definitely is owned by us. And the road does actually... It's a bit odd. That's going to be right in the way. How can the land not be owned by us? It's our farm. Okay, okay. Oh, there's a bit of glitching going on. Now, we've got to set it back a bit, it appears. That's as good as it gets. Okay, well, that's what we're going to have to do then. So I'm only doing this so that we can see exactly how much... Let's just... Yeah, how much we can get for the mineral feed, basically. I just thought I'd put that sell button now because it does sell mineral feed to that. So it should now show us a price for mineral feed. Yeah. It's not like 3,000 a pop, but this is hard economy, but it is still nevertheless worth a lot of cash. So again, it's a mediocre business, but it is very good on normal economy, but it's like okay, everything's only okay on. So that's 184,000, and that's 179,000, and we've also got like quite a lot in this little lot. So yeah, I'm well chuffed. 10,000 litres of diesel. Did we make some diesel as well? I didn't realise we'd actually switched that on. I don't think we have. I think we've been given 10,000 litres of diesel. It's got to be like that. Yeah, so we've got 10,000 litres of diesel in the farm, which is fantastic. But that is it, really. It is really a fantastic session. We've really done terribly well, I've got to be honest. So not only have we bought the field with what we'd got, the generator's not as good, but it was still reasonable. So it's keeping the walls from the door and paying the electric bill all the time and all that type of stuff, and keeping us self-sufficient. But yeah, we've obviously still not got chickens. We might actually do that. So... But yeah, that really is it. I hope you enjoy the session. It was, yeah, we didn't do like much time lapse at all. A little bit, I think, with loading. But it is going to be a long one. So I'm going to like shut up and clear off so that you can watch the main session. Yes, for those who like loading, we did a bit of loading. Quite a bit of loading of the bales and all the rest of it. So yeah, all that remains to be said is I hope you enjoy the rest of the session. 185,000 litres of grass, which is going to produce half of that into digestate. So I think everything's done. Now the other thing is we've got what I wanted to do was to get the ploughing started. It's something that I've started to get better at, which is just like using the time you've got better on the farm, setting a worker going over the winter, because it doesn't matter if it's going to like taking a long time, because you've got all over the winter. Now we know really they're not working through the night, and it's not taking them 6 months to do the field. It's just the way that time works in farmers again. It's one of those you couldn't possibly get it perfectly. So let's leave. It does not take long with that beautiful 12 metre, but this is a bigger field. It really is. We do want to fill this with fuel though. It's the tank, so it can be our mobile fuel tank. It's one of the biggest things I love about it, and the fact that it's also a mobile repair point. It really is fantastic. It's one of those that I very rarely want any kind of light van like this, but even if it's just a toolbox and a fuel point, that alone is worth. Yeah, it's like just let's repair it. Actually, we didn't repair it itself, so let's go inside the shed. It's actually, because it might have already got a little. Imagine, no, it was working. Yeah, it's got 678 litres. It worked the same as mine worked, but you couldn't grab the manure out of it. So, but the reason I wanted someone else is because it will have passed mod testing. Whereas mine, obviously, I know it should, and it has worked. That's the weird thing about it, which means it shouldn't suddenly stop working. But and the mod desk is alright, so it's really, it is as it should be. Let's just repair you. Indeed, we do. We're having the repair point as well. One of our repair points damaged. Says as he crashes into the Merlot. Yeah, I've made a telehandler. I was going to go for the Schaefer, but it's strange. It's sort of broken if you take it outside. It's strange things happen. So even if you leave it totally as it should be, it doesn't work properly. So we have like gone into the realms of telehandlers. I'm not sure if I've put it. I think I have. Yeah, the picture's wrong. Yeah, BI Industries, 87,777. It doesn't look like that at all. It looks like... Ooh. Why have my wheels broken? Yeah, I'm also going to, like, do colours on it, but it's mostly working, apart from I have no... Why would the wheel break? That is really odd. It is very strange. I like the colour, I do, but I'm going to like make that. Right, so we can really now go through till tomorrow. So that does sort of work, but it's a little bit too right, which does sort of indicate to me that it is floaty a bit, I think, but not a lot. I think the drawbar, that's me physically changing the drawbar height. Let's actually change that. Physically need to, yeah, you can see it just a little bit too, yeah, just a little bit, which is then going to drag that, yeah, it's going to drag it, and this is where you can see the force field in effect, because you can see it's centering around that front wheel, that's just a support, and you can sort of drag it around, but it does affect things more than it should, because to me it's supposed to only like function when it's static. It's a static, well, I suppose it's static, so you basically got to get that right, and it will crash around and bash things if you've not got it right, which we can see, but we hadn't got it right last time because it was sunk into the ground. So again, it's better, but it's sort of worse because it's causing more issues. So it's, yeah, we need to sort that out definitely, which I shall. Animals are fed. Yeah, and strawed. Slur is building up, as is the manure, a little tiny bit. So it is reading the proper play, but then it did read mine. It just was that you couldn't actually draw it out afterwards. So we've set that going. We fertilised the grass field. It's of course going to be very, very late now. Check the sale. We had a real cracking time on the sales. Now the one thing I am missing is I could buy and sell. A sensible person would do this. I normally do, and I didn't do this yesterday. And we are obviously trying to buy the field. We will buy both. Oh, and we are on euros. So I would say we should not be on euros. We should be on pounds. It's weird. I bounce from one to the other. I should be on general settings. Yeah, I'm on euros in a America map, and I'm on pounds when I should be on dollars. It's one of those things you can never get it right, really. Right, let's pop down the shop. Let's get that little lot. I don't think I started the shop Merlot's engine. Yeah, I really like the Schaefer, but it's like come across from FS25. It looks like it's, and yet in the game itself, it doesn't look broken, but it does look broken if you move it and make it into a mod, which that really shouldn't break it, but it doesn't like being made into a mod. It's like Giants have done or not quite done something right, or as we're finding as we go through the different iterations, something changes that they themselves don't. Yeah, like haven't, again, the mod desk as it's called. Yeah, I've never known it to be this tight. It has to be the right version. Has to be. There's no allowances now at all for you to have any versions out of date. So I saw this the other day when I did a bit of testing. So I literally changed all of my mod desks in one fell swoop. should make us quite a bit of cash, really, between the two, selling the two things, basically. Yeah, not so much that one, but nevertheless, we've now got enough to actually buy that field, which we will, but we don't want to be doing sugar beets. We will let the farmer, claim his... Wow, look at the time. That's real hours from 9 o'clock till 14:17. That was... I split it into 3 in the end. It was just so huge. Right, let's sleep through till the morrow, and it is wanting to be 9 o'clock, and we won't even have to get the little bump, because we really are going through till the morning. And I'm wanting to see, the biggest thing is, can we grab the manure from that? If we can, I'm binning my manure thing, and I'm going to make a plate type one. Yeah, we can see that the income is a lot worse. It is bad, I know this, but... Can you put a front... Oh, you can put a front loader attacher, though. Very nice. It's a nice bit of work, that is. Oh, it can have more than it should be able to. Very nice. Oh, that's not a bad little tractor. Do we need another tractor? No, we don't, do we really? We could sell it, though. It's not worth it. It's 1,800. It's not worth the time. Not really. Do we need that? Half price. No, we'll leave off. All I'm interested is seeing if the manure... Well, it's not all I'm interested in, but I am really rustling to see if this actually works. And the grass... Oh, the grass did grow then once in November, but that dies back then to almost 0 over winter. No, I think it does. I think if we went through till January morning now, this would go shrink back one stage, and then with this will be ready about May, June next year, which that's the only bad thing. But it does mean that we should have made some mineral feed, and that it doesn't. Somebody forgot to put the stones in. They did as well. Yeah, that person that was talking now did definitely forget to put the stones in, so we will not have actually done anything. Although we did need to do the digesting, so I will be a little bit forgiving. Ooh, it's not quite coping well with that weight back. Right, let's grab... Yeah, we were using that, so it's capable of that 210 horsepower. We did the upgrade on it, so not bad. So we want some stones. We may as well do 50 tons, because we can also do a bit of lime for ourselves. So we may as well get this done. We'll also look at the salt. I was thinking this. I'm terrible. My mind tumbles over. I often think of more than one thing at once. Going skitter, and I don't think it's a good thing really. Just grab that one. That will do the TMR in the one that we've got for it. We'll try the. Imagine we're going to need 2 as we normally do. Not far off actually. Straw. I didn't see it. I wasn't focused on it. We could probably do another 14 odd tons, so nearly a full load of straw as well. There is a bit of... Yeah, we don't need much of this. Although we do need more now. Huh? Oh, okay. That's annoying. Let's just see. I don't want to grab the manure. I don't care about grabbing it. All I care about is that we actually see whether it is or is not working. I do love the bed, and I'm glad we've got that. Although obviously now we've got the 9 meters, so it sort of makes that a bit. But we still can do 2 things at once, and that is useful. Yeah, I've often found that. So can we? If we go this at an angle. Ooh. Let's just try and correct the slope. Wow. is this? I hope that I'm wrong. I think it really is pretty much where it is. About there. We will go everywhere. Yeah, that's just what I thought. So I don't know that it is mine. I did use another one though. Perhaps this one's broken like mine. I did use one more. I'm not sure if it was on a map. So we'll see if I've got that one, because that actually did work. Yeah, it's there. We should get a like fill bit, and we know we've got it. So I think what I'm going to do. Well, again, I don't mind as like having is this withered. So we could actually buy that now. Although we do need to like feed the animals. So this is 24 tons, so we will allow ourselves that. We're going to like sell that straight away now. I'm going to see if I've got that one that did work, and see if this is just like mine, that it's just not working. No, it's just not working at the minute. Yeah, because I have had one working, and it's just is ascertaining whether or not it is broken in general. It was, yeah, is this one? Yes. I do like the design. It's a bit big, but oh, it is as well. It's a bit of a monster, isn't it? I'd say that was bigger. And that'd be even bigger again. We could probably see if it will go over here. Well, no, and that's typical. You just shift the tractor out the way, and it then goes into the one place where you really don't want it to. It can't do any damage to the crops. It's already damaged, and it's not ours anyway. So we need to sort of think about the levels here and how this is going to work. I suppose actually it may do this itself, but I've got to be careful. I should sort of level it if I'm not using B mode. And it is right over there. That's not bad actually. I mean, whoa, apart from the roads now wrecked. I do like the way that the smoothing, the softening tool actually works. It is very like the FS19 one. Let's clean that up as well. If we're not gonna give ourselves a 24 tons, so we don't want it to be looking horrible. Right, let's have a look. And again, it's a little uneven where that point is, so. Well, we can't see if that's obviously got any in, and we can't see if it works. But this one I've had working, so I am wondering if this modder that's done this, where the manure is a bit tricky to get right. So this would be the point now, and it does say start filling. Yes, so it's working. I might have a look at this one and see how this modder's done it, because yeah, I'm being honest about this. I like to learn. There's only one way a modder can really learn, and that's looking at someone who's done something successfully. Obviously, I tried to do it Giants where possible, but it's impossible for me to do that at the minute, because I've taken a Giants mod and it's not working. Made it into a mod. But this modder has a working model, and it would be interesting to see how they actually achieved their the same end goal that I've got, a working mod. I'm not ripping the mod off either. I'm just trying to learn what they did that I haven't done, to actually see. That's not too terrible actually. It could have been an awful lot worse. There's not much bleed or anything like that. It's just put a bit of grass down. I'm trying to do this. I was a terror in FS25 for like not finishing things off. Well, mainly because the grass was so expensive, but I've got to be honest, Giants have addressed this issue. Even if this is, I think there are two types of grass. I think this one grows, yeah, these are decorational plants. I think this is the plastic type grass. And I think this just is for look, so I don't think it can be mown. I think, because I've done it, I'm sure I did this on Riverbend Springs, and that was exactly like, yeah, right. So this here should now work. We just want another 24 tons of. Let's just pull this out of the way. We should be right for the straw for one more day. I don't think we're like totally destitute. Stick that a little bit more 24 tonnes odd of manure, and we get all the little incidental jobs. At least we can see this one's working, so both myself and the modder that made the plate that I got there, which is not, that's not working either, the same as mine, which is really a giant, so it's a bit, yeah, we want 24 tonnes of manure, and I think I've gone the wrong way, but yeah. So we only want 24 tonnes-ish. I know you'll never get it exactly right. And I'm quite sure we probably owed a bit more over the months that we missed this, so we'll stick this in. We'll also have a look how we did with the fertiliser. We'll switch the same markers off because there's so many markers on a farm. It's unbelievable. It really is. And we'll see how well we did with, we also, we wanted stones as well. We grabbed this and we really want stones. That's what we're looking for. Come away without stones. Well, the fertiliser's definitely good. And this is what I was saying. If you, obviously, I'm dumping now, so it's not going to affect, but I can then fill, and it will fill from the fertiliser before it will fill from the nozzles. I need to move either the chevrons further away or further back. You can make a blocker. I was talking to Cletus about that as well. So I have not the slightest clue how to do animations. I can use Giants animations, that I know how to do, but I cannot make an animation. I don't know enough about it to actually understand what it's doing. I mean, obviously I work with the editing software all the time, so I know an awful lot about films and stuff like that. And it is a similar concept. Having never done it, I have got no point of reference, and so therefore I am legitimately totally, I can't do it. Simple as, right? We might as well do a full thing, as I say, because of these, obviously lime as well, which we can do. So, and I've gone the total wrong way again. Stones, right? Okay then. So, how did we do while that's filling? With either fertilizer we have. Right, we want to stick that off now. It's way too much. We will sell the excess, but I really want. Now the other thing is, no, we didn't use the digestate one, so we should have on hands. That is half of what we had. So 94 tons of digestate. We can now stick the mineral feed, the one that's the corn. So we want to activate that now because it should actually be active. We should have loads of water. Yeah. We would have used a load of water as well, obviously. No, we won't. No, so that stopped filling at some point. I think there's enough in there, though, to do what we need to do. So what are we short of in the mineral feed? Oh, the stones that we've got in the back. Yeah. But the very thing that we've actually come home for... oh, no, that is a good point. No, is it saying... Yes, it is. It's connected just to the cow one. So that didn't work out too bad. I like the position and much better than the other one because it really was an arm place. So it's sort of improving, I think, on the design of the farm. Stick these in and then it will really do it just top of the water. We'll set that going as well. Yeah, I have no idea why. It's interesting because if I look in the i3D, there's no way I've got that all the way over there. Yeah, I've looked at it time and time again, and it doesn't seem to match what we're seeing in the game, which makes no sense at all. Right, so this should now switch on. We switch that off. I wouldn't mind making a bit of herbicide, which likewise needs a bit of digestate. We need to grab some road salt, which we'll be buying, water, which we can obviously put in. We don't want to make too much though, but the thing we want to make, so we'll leave that alone for the time being. So I don't mind, if we're not selling it, I don't mind buying everything because we're just making it. We're not making it to sell. I don't like making profit because it's not a true indicator of how the farm did, but everyone needs to buy some things in. So digestate, and the digestate's the biggest thing on this, with the straw and the corn being an equal partner to that to produce that, and you're sort of wasting the stones in a way. So yeah, that will be have I actually got them in a feed? Is it too good a recipe again? 72. This would be interesting. I'm sure I've tweaked this. Sure I have. But it's based upon this. This is what I keep forgetting. It's this. I think it's 72, might be 140,000 litres, which is not far off what Omerton did for the seeds, so I don't think that's too terrible. Right, so then, water. We need to do a bit more of water dump drilling in here. Right, now we're still filling. No, we are now. Fantastic. So that it obviously moves fractionally. We all know that mods do wander, especially vehicles. You can see a little bit of movement out of them if you look really closely, like micromillimeters, and some move quite a lot. But yeah, it's obviously about to move slightly off the trigger after a little tiny bit. So then animals, that's the most important thing. The straws should just about last. We'll do go through till tomorrow, and I think then that is probably not far. 25 tons of slurry 2. Make sure with salt is the other thing I'm intrigued. I want to make sure water's okay. Now this is going to be interesting next month, because that is going to be like full. That also, the fine salt it's not nowhere near the same as the flour salt, but it really is a good little earner. So if we look, I'm not sure if these actually this would do as well, wouldn't it? Oh wow, the fine salt is quite good. So September, so it's on the down, but it's only lost a little bit, although we've not got enough of it. And obviously October, which we've gone way past as well, but it's worth a lot all the time. So yeah, let's go through we did check the sales. Let's see the people around. So let's go through till tomorrow. How did is our plough finished? I've not really seen any work have stopped, but then I'm busy talking to yourselves and concentrating mainly on that. So of course we're going to have stones everywhere, whether they're little, big, or oh, now that was a good tick up. It was. I think we could probably. Yeah, it's still. Please tell me it's not stuck on a corner or something like that. No, it is a big field. It is actually, because there's a lot of fields that would have finished by now on a lot of maps. So it really does go to show how big that is. That's the Lely? No, it's the. Is that the one we've got? I think it is, isn't it? Or is it the Lely version that's the one that we've got that's a bit weird? I'm sure, I think it's the same one. Yeah, GA 1531. 15131. Yeah, it's exactly the same one. By Giant Software, and it is broken. We saw it. It does some horrible animations, really. We won't like doing it buying and selling. We're going to buy that field. We're going to need to rip up that. It is a big field, but we would actually, yeah, we're going to do it. I've got to be honest, those two fields will keep us quite busy. I'm not sure we need anything else with the grass field as well. Like, it's a big grass field, so which gives you a scale. If that's a big grass field, we've got all those bales of it. You could fit that 3 times into field 33, and it could be fitted about 4 or 5 times into field 34. What I think I'm going to do, and that we are going to do now, is something a little bit interesting. We're going to like take that down there like that, and then we're going to like do that like that. So this is going to be a triple field, and I think we're going to split that from that corner straight the way down to there into 2 fields. I think, to be honest, it's more than large enough for us to actually do that. It's just a shame it's going to like cost us a fortune. Now the only bad thing is we'll leave the ploughing and yeah, before we do that field. So let's have a look. What is the best way to split this? I always think an aerial view like that is possibly you can see things that you can't normally see. I'm trying to think if that might be the best. Actually, I think if we're going to do it quite high, and it needs to be a generous headland. This although it seems wasteful. Also, we do realise that at the minute there's a lot of things. Now this worked well, but it's there. The forest ground's lumpy. Forest Leaves. I like this one, but I don't know if it's working properly at the minute, so we'll just try it. See if it's actually doing a horrible... No, that one's working nice. So we will plough that up. I think if we go... is that as big as a road? No, one more click. Yeah, that's about right. So we want to be going... now then, you can do the lock axis, the left shift, and it will literally... no, this is what I found before with it. Yeah, I don't know how it... Yeah, that's how it works. It locks it like that. I don't understand how to change the axis. Because to me, I'm like doing that. But it's not. It's doing it like that. So it must be the way that your rotation is. Like, which means... Is it like that? If we can figure this out, because this is what I couldn't like work out before. It would be a very, very good tool if you could like figure out how it works. No, it's like always doing it that way. So I don't get why we got to go freehand then. Yeah, I don't understand how it actually you can like do the. It worked perfectly well on one of them that I did. Oh, now it is locking axis that away. But we don't want. We want it sort of at a weird angle like that. Would be the perfect angle. And I'm not sure it's going to ever lock like that. No, it's not. So it looks like we've got to do this freehand, which I'm not the end of the world. I've really done that lots and lots of times. Well, it could have been worse. So we've got that one there, and I think just split this straight down the middle then, sort of like an angle from that point there, which is not going to be terribly off. And there we have 3 fields. 3 fairly big fields at that, actually. Well, it's done some weird... No, it's not. It's just the way that the graphics look. And we want to do the same. We're nearly finished. We have to do a little bit. I think... It's a strange shaped field, but I think if we do it from this corner piece here, straight across... They've got a smaller field and a bigger field. I don't think that's too terrible. Let's just grab that plan. We'll just finish that last because it's unfair of us to muck around with loo like we have done. And then I think that'll be a good sort of place for us to leave this session. I think we'll have done quite a bit. We're down to 52,957. We have got things to sell, and we have got to put our sell points, our self-marketing down as well. So we will do this. Yeah, we're obviously looking for a stone picker. Should we go through to now? I suppose we could go through the winter. We could. Could be a bit of a longer session, but I like to get good traction. Obviously, to begin with, once you've done, with monster harvest, we do need really as well on this. That is a beautiful harvester, but obviously it sort of did prove that it's. I don't know why, but I do intend on making a better engine for it. So also, I'm just going to do that all the same because I am right. That's plastic grass, so we need to like fix that as well. So we need to like. Yeah, the one thing that was a bit of a... in FS25, batshit modding allowed the little middle section to be a plough. It doesn't do that anymore, which is a bit of a shame. It really, I thought that was part of its charm. It could like be a little plough or a big plough. Now it can only be a big plough, I'm sure, unless it's been changed again. But when I tried this, I was like, oh, you can't do that anymore. And I thought it's a bit of a shame because it's one of those things I loved about Ridiculous Dominic's. Well, one of many things I loved about his. I hope he really does bring that on out because it was a beautiful thing. It was very, very cheap, a bit too cheap. if I'm honest. But nevertheless, you can't alter, you can't argue with the mod. A bit like BI Industries, perhaps the company enjoys giving back the savings to you, the farmer, which is a nice change for those who just want to make a massive amount of profit. But it was really fantastic because, again, it could be a 3-metre plough or 3-metre-ish, or it could have been a 10.5 metre, and it was obviously smaller than this one. But you could sort of make do with that kind of size. I never really found it wanting, and occasionally I was looking. I got the really big 26-metre one that Hispano did. Never forgot the name Hispano. Apologies. Well, as in not forgot, but like, yeah. The Memory of Age. Let's just finish this field up. We will set the plough going on the other 2 fields, but of course it is only going to do 1 field at a time because it will now see them as 3 separate fields, which is fantastic. So we'll just finish doing around the edges and we'll set it on the first one. Now I think there is a compass mod now where you can actually see your north, south, east and west. I must put that on because I've always found that would be a really useful thing, because what I frequently do is when I split a field like this, I'll call it like 33 and 33 like south, or I really thought that was the best way to do it if you do north and south, because you can get confused if you put top and bottom because you're like, well, which one's the top and which one is the bottom. I can't. Yeah, because it depends on the reference as to which would be top and which would be bottom. Yeah, if you turn around the other way, then actually your top is your bottom and your bottom is your top. So it is true, even though it's very confusing. Yeah, still getting these little glitches where you like think, oh, it's not ploughed it, but it has. If you look back afterwards, it will have ploughed it, but it's obviously not right. There's a little bit over that side that we need to do as well. Obviously, we got a minute. Is that? Have they ploughed that field for us? Because it was like wrecked and withered. So that farmer, as we bought it, had actually ploughed it. It looks like it anyway. In which case, that is a real bonus, because I was expecting to send Lou or one of the team over and like do that all over the winter, but that looks like it's been ploughed to me. So that is a real win-win situation. I don't think we need any more fields, I really don't. Whether this is a long or a small, it's this kind of... So we've got 6 fields now in total. 1 grass, 1 obviously for like the digestate and things like that. Don't mind us making a bit of like TMR as well. I mean, it is nice, but I've got to be honest, I find it really... Because you sort of, it's like a mini silo, isn't it really? I suppose you could put a mini silo right next to it, a feed silo, and then you could just like fill all that up from that. But it's still faffy, and still in a way, like sooner buy our feed in, because we've got very good partners who are very reasonable, or BI Industries. But I still am buying from them though. I mean, even though I'm co-owner of BI Industries, I still have to like pay the price for the goods like anybody else, and I pay the full price that everyone else pays. So it's not like there's no special dispensations because I'm like, part owner of BI Industries. Yeah, for those who don't really know what I'm on about, in Lone Oak, it was part of the storyline. We formed a cooperative with another bank of farmers in the local area, and we all worked together. And I bought a bit of land off them, and I did a bit of a deal. And I had a great demand, like as I've never seen before. I was using the slurry yard, and I made millions off the digestate that I'd sold, and so the agreement was, it was originally part of the storyline, was that obviously the rest of the farmers got a proportion of the profits, not knowing that I was going to get great demand. But I followed through, as you should do if your word is, you're only as good as your word. So I followed through and coughed up an awful lot of cash to the cooperative to buy my share into the cooperative, and also to be given the bit of land that I'd very kind of get. It was free land basically, but I was bringing it into the story so that we were paying a price for the free land, so it actually was ours properly, hook, line and sinker, and it cost me in the end a lot more than the land was worth because of this, the price. But the bottom line is we went on from strength to strength. We stayed in touch. They helped me throughout. Lots of issues on Court Farm and all the rest of it. And obviously I'm a co-founder of the cooperative, and all of them are billionaires now. So really they've made their money, and they're quite happy with trying to support all the farmers. So let's have a look. I think this is totally, wow, it is. That is amazing. So we've actually saved ourselves a job, which is quite nice. Fantastic. Right, so there we go. Well, I think we'll leave it here, and I'll go through the I suppose, no, it's a tidy way of doing things, though. Yeah, it is, I suppose. Right, so then, let's just check, because I'm quite sure that we are right, and they have been totally ploughed. So you can see our 6 fields. I'm quite happy with that. It's like an awful big chunk, really, and they are big fields. I mean, that is still a monster. We're not fooling anybody. That's split equally. Again, none of these are equal. I mean, that again is about the same size as that. That one still is, almost the same size, and that again is long and still. I would say this is all. In fact, you can sort of see, can't you? What 11 versus 6? It is. It's nearly double. I thought it was 34 was almost, and that was a monster. So we need. Like bigger headers, whatever we're doing this year, we can't manage a 4.2 metre header on like corn. I don't do corn very often. That's why I thought, well, we'll go with a corn. But let's just check and make sure that I am speaking truth. We will have stones, of course. We need a lime field 34. All right, okay. Let's just switch that off and see. No, nothing's fertilised bar our grass field. There's no stone on 34. That's quite interesting, whereas ours, there's a lot of stone, so we may grab a stone picker and grab the stones off at some point, which we can use. We didn't switch the lime on, did we? So we'll do that before we scoot through. We should have an awful lot of water now in the self-sufficiency. It should be filled, and it is. Fantastic. So we want to switch the lime on. And we should have all constituent parts, stones and water. We don't want to make a lot. So, yeah, this is another one that I need to turn down because it's going to produce thousands of litres that we just don't need. And you've got no real way of controlling that. The mineral feed is the biggest one. And so the solid fertiliser was switched off. We can switch that off because you're not doing anything anymore. And I think, can we make seeds from corn? Yeah, I said this was bad, but I've got to be honest. Yeah, it's not. Have we got any slurry left? 18 tons. We have got some of our own. It's not bad in a way, because although seeds are not terribly fantastic, we could use some of the seeds ourselves, but it is multiplying it. So you're doubling up your seeds from like what you've got, which that's not too terrible, really. So let's go through till... I've not just like done a number on myself, have I? You have, yeah. Right, we need to do the TMR then. I'm going to say, have I? No, I did. No, I did. I just didn't do that. Yeah, we looked at the sales, but we didn't like go down to the animals. I'm confusing myself because we're like going round and round in circles, like doing things over and over again. Right, let's grab you. We do need the story though. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a monster session. Do I carry on knowing this, or do we just? Oh, the menu is working nicely. It really is. just want to see. No, it did. It did. It's going to work. It worked on another Let's Play too, so I'm not. Yeah, I'm going to make a plate type one like the other one. Right, so I don't want that. I'm not going to rip that modder off no matter what happens. I do not like doing that type of thing. I wouldn't like it done to me either. Yeah, I'm insistent on that, but I will have a look. And I'm being honest. I think everybody does, but like a lot of people just don't own up to it. Yeah, Lambo made a comment that like, oh, it's the best way to like not, you know, like to be hated by other modders. I thought, well, I've got to be honest. I think almost every other modder has looked at somebody else's mods, and every modder, it's stealing someone else's mods is bad. But like looking at how, I always think of it this way. Rawley Christie is way too busy to like for me to pop over to wherever he is in the world, and I think it's somewhere in Europe, as it to guess. He hasn't got time for me to pop over and like say, "Hey Rawley, how do I do such and such?" But I could look at his mods, and then I have actually done exactly what I've said. I've said, "Hey Rawley, can I?" You know, like I've sat at your feet, mate, and I've looked. I personally think that's quite an honour that somebody would. Ooh. So what I'm doing is, it's sort of stuck on something mega badly. I've never known that to happen before. Let's just let go. I've never seen it do that before. Yeah, I mean, it has got collisions on there, right? But let's have a check. So 50 tons of slurry, 30,000 litres of manure, straw 20 out of 21. Food, we can do another food, let's do it. Yeah, we'll fill it completely as well. I think we'll leave it in January. I do. I think because there's, I think there's another session out of this, and I'd sooner do that than make you all subject you all to like watching an hour and a half long episode. We'll film that as well, so it should self-tip now that it's facing the right way. So we've got like slurry and this. We'll grab the liquid tanker. Grab the biggie. We're going to literally give ourselves a bit of a head up the next session so that we're literally, you know, right where we need to be with the two things. So we'll grab the manure. So I mean, yeah, we've been saving an awful lot of work by the fact that that farmer did that. Now the other thing is, I did say I was interested in it, so we can see that there's actually quite a lot of the coarse cheap. Yeah, 6 tons of that. Ooh, one of these is flour of salt. This one here, now that one is like simply worth a lot of cash, whereas these other, fine salt is as well actually. Wow, I didn't realise we were doing. So the coarse salt then. My television is threatening to switch off. So the coarse salt is the one that's staying inside then. Perhaps that you draw out like... This is an interesting business. It really is. I mean, we've... Yes, 6,000 litres of coarse salt. Fine salt, with again, this is actually inside. So the coarse salt is inside. The fine salt, which is still worth quite a lot of cash, which it should tell us, really. Yeah, 4,000, nearly 5,000 litres. It's worth 2,000. It hasn't gone down much. It was saying that last month. So that's 21,000 as well. And we have got a full 1,000 litres. That is not in anybody's money. That's not a bad earner, is it really? So that we're also going to stick our own sell point down, because the other thing is I'm imagining that we've got. Oh no, I don't think we went through. No, we did. The mineral feed, yeah, is 144,000 litres, and we'll make a bit of silage additive because it is a little. The lime, we've only just sort of done that. Hang on a minute. The mineral feed, didn't we only just... Oh, I'm confusing myself as to which month I did what. Do you know, I am so easily confused. Oh, it's true. So really, this is, I like this. Yeah, I'm going to make mine a little smaller than this. I do like that design though, the L-shaped one. I did love that. To be honest, that's just my favourite design that Bernie did in FS22, and I stuck to that all of the time through FS22. I never ever went with anybody else's all the way through because it was like, I really liked it. That's just all. What you mean is you're full. Water is accepted there, and it says, clearly says dump. I'm sure the dumping is for this. It is, it's just not accepting it. Now, this had a dump mark over here yesterday. Yeah. Well, weird. These models are all identical, so really what one does, the others should do, really. We'll grab the milk quickly, that will do. Oh. We've not filled that, surely. Yeah, we'll grab the milk and stick that behind there. Oh, that's not looked at how we're doing on that. Is that how we're doing with the bionic dairy? Oh, they're in green. So next month we're definitely doing some selling. The mineral feed, there is no selling point available. There will be once I put mine down. Yeah, so it looks like Moss Valley doesn't cater for everything. And we will also sell, so we're going to make a fortune next month. That next session, in fact. Yeah, not next month. We are going to make an absolute killing, which is nice. All of the corn. And we are also going to switch the seeds on. We'd said we'd spoke about it, didn't we? But I'm not sure I did. We didn't. We need to, no. We've got water in. We got some slurry in already. So it is that one as well. So we will do that. And yeah, got plenty of water. We just need the slurry. We'll grab the milk and we'll do it. Let's do it. Let's just do it. We want the milk first, so we don't want to contaminate it. And I do want another one. It's true. I'm not letting this go though. Because the second I let go, I've got to fight it. So I will be doing that in a few minutes when I get out. Want to change that. Again, I might not get it right first time. It's one of those things that you're gauging. It's not a pure way of. It's got right good feel rate. This says. Ooh, one of them got past my block. Now, if that's true of that one, surely this one should dump here as well. It is. I assure you, it definitely is accepted here. We just need to find the sweet spot. Which should not be anywhere near over there. I've levelled this all off, haven't I? I might have actually shot myself in the foot. We could sort of cheat. We could like stick it in the production silo and make it come to the bionic dairy if we struggle, because we know we can get in that one. Seem to have lost the dump mark on this one. We've been pretty much everywhere now. Let's do that. Let's quickly. I would like to finish this, and then next session we've got an awful lot of work to do now, and that is selling all of our products, which is really very, very useful. And I think I remember to do buffalo milk on this. We'll choose the spot where we know we can do it quite easily. It says it'll work for water. Unless it's broken again, like it did a few sessions ago, where all of a sudden nothing is working, no dumping at all. Or is it because someone's on the trigger? is I often forget about the mechanics of triggers, and like something's on it, so therefore I'm on, and something's on it, and therefore I'm off. So therefore, like I'm already pressing the button, you could say, and then it won't appear for anything else because it's already been pressed. So it could well be something like that. Not even getting the filling, so I think something's crashed and burned. Yeah, we're not getting filling. The other thing is, does it accept buffalo milk? Have I been clever enough to do that, or is the production silo one of those things that I missed? Because I on another Let's Play I missed something else. It could be that I've missed buffalo milk. I have got liquid tanks. I have. That's why it's not coming up with hot. Right, it looks like I've got another job to do then after this session. That is to stick the buffalo milk in there. But we know the other one does, so there's no reason why that shouldn't have done. But yeah, it is what it is. Right, okay, so we can't do that. So we're stuck with that in there. So, ooh. It seems probably not a bad place to leave the session, being as we sort of marooned ourselves in a place where we can't actually carry on anymore due to our equipment failing. No, we did check the sails. Yeah, will you stop doing that? Yes, definitely. Right, so all that remains instead is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you can stick with me on this beautiful map. And I would say goodbye for now.